Terry Tyler here, and I'm going to talk to you about what I look for in my employees. I've been in business for a little bit over 5 years now, and the day I went to go and uh, hire my first employee was the day I got my first job, and I was trapped with a question. How do I control? How do I recruit and control my workers, my workforce? And I think any entrepreneur out there that's going through this is going to have the same trouble. And I want you, if you're especially starting out, 16, 17, 18. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, we have millionaires, hectomillionaires, 7, 8 years old, 10-year-olds. So if you're a little person, this may not apply to you. Go out there and get it. But if you're in America and you're in that age range, you're gonna have to work. And I recommend that you get a job. I know a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't want to hear that. Here's why I'm telling you. You have to go work and understand why people quit. I have seen some of the worst shit on jobs. And, I always ask my recruits. I know a lot of them try to, I don't know, hopefully not. But I say, what kind of guy are you? What kind of gal are you? Do you like going to the temple? Do you like going to the temple? Do you like sucking landlord dick? Or do you like going head on? Or do you like the, can you hear me now? Bing! Or there's a few other ones out there. I said, do you like hanging out? You guy likes to hang out. Got a gal, do you like hanging out? And I'm doing this kind of do a little recruiting. It's dangerous for me. A lot of people think I'm a fucking terrorist. I don't believe I am, but I guess it's all in the eye of the people that control things. I want to know what kind of person you are. And I think everybody goes through phases. A great candidate one day may not be a great candidate the next day. A shithead may be a really bad choice one day, but farther down the line, that's the guy. And what I learned is from some of my mentors is it's all about getting the right candidate at the right place at the right time. And I've had some great leaders. They tell me, if your car's a mess, your life's a mess. If your hair's a mess, your fucking life's a mess. If your clothes are a mess, you're a fucking mess. If your notes are a mess, your life is a fucking mess. And if these things, for example, are messy, it even goes into scientifics. They're either anal retentive or anal expulsive. A lot of that's just bullshit. It's all fluff. It's pork. It's garbage. One of my mentors, you'll see him on here, Dan Pena, he says, would you rather work with a guy, or excuse me, for the sake of women, God bless the women, I run them off right out the gate. Would you rather have a woman that read 1,000 books, sucked 1,000 dicks, or done 1,000 deals? I said, I want one that's done all three. I don't mean it like that to be cruel, but that's just between, us. I know a lot of them don't always get into that. Guys out there, on the other hand, I don't like Lotharios. I don't like horn dogs. I can't fucking have guys out here thinking with that head and then not thinking with that head. I need unswerving loyalty. I need this shit done. And I tell you what, loyalty is one of the simplest things and one of the hardest things, especially when people fuck you. And I'm not gonna allude on this. I'm not gonna touch on this too much because this is a research article that I'm working on, and I'm hoping to work with like NIH and some of these government agencies, uh, private companies, and you're gonna see the challenge of being an entrepreneur when you really get out here. It's not all guys in fucking chairs on TED or whatever bullshit you watch, uh, sipping lattes in turtlenecks, telling you about how they made their first $500 million off of fucking Pogo in Silicon Valley. That's not how it is on the front lines in North Mississippi. I've been trying to do this for years, and what you're going to find is people are watching you, and people like playing God. They say, well, man, that guy likes beating dogs and fucking whores. That guy's a bad guy. So before you even get there, they know. Well, we're not going to talk about that in this one. Like I said, you got to go through my videos and learn more about me. Why do you want to work for me? You know, I found that I was running people off. Law of attraction. They say you're using law of attraction. How do you bring them to you? Well, first fucking off, you got to have something they want. And, I don't really have a lot that they want. I don't have money. I don't have really great looks. I don't have a whole lot of great skills. And then when I deploy skills, they try to steal them. So I want you to think about that when you get out in the job market without getting too off on tangents, is you're going to go and you're going to try to get jobs. I've had mentors say, the smart monkey doesn't just get the banana. Any fucking ape can get the banana. The smart monkey keeps the banana. And that's a whole nother ball game because you're going to have a million motherfuckers trying to get your banana. And I will enhance that statement by saying the smart monkey does not just get the fucking bananas and defend and protect the bananas. He hoards, or she hoards, or it hoards the bananas. You get banana hordes. You ever played Donkey Kong? Whoa, we're dropping bananas. Oh my God. So we go to fuck ups. How much do you fuck up? Are you a fuck up? I just want to know, because if you're a fuck up, we've always got these options here. Are you a self-checkout guy, or do you need help? Do you need to go to the checkout line? That's what I'm saying. There is a checkout line. I'll leave that subliminal for you to find out. Hopefully you don't need the checkout line. So pretty much I'm giving you a lot of value and I'm getting nothing out of it. That's one of the things I look for in candidates. Where's your fucking heart? Where's your soul? Out of respect for the snakes in suits, I think that they keep their boot on me, and I keep my middle finger on them. And the fucking middle class, that 60% in there, they're just caught in the crossfire. The rich are trying to stomp the poor are trying to stomp the rich. And the middle class are just, middle, mediocre. That's the mediocre class. They sit in front of the fucking TV. They watch Booze Tube. They pet the dog. They fuck the wife. They play soccer with the kids. Their time's tied up. They have a nice life. They have a beautiful life. I mean, they pay taxes. They do things, but that's where they are. They're in blocks. They're locked in. I mean, they're not going anywhere. Good luck. Good fucking luck finding a good candidate. And this is where we come down to recruiting operations is okay. I don't like married women. And I don't like married men. If you're married, you could pretty much forget about working with me. I'm just going to tell you. I can't have somebody that has connections like that. Big families too. And that's the hard part is I know a lot of people have big families. The next thing you know, they're running off and they're doing this and then they're doing that. And then, you know, we had a scenario. There was one case that I heard. These people, they were working on boats. These motherfuckers were into making boats and building boats. And there were two families. And this is where we get into the Hatfields and McCoys, and we get into these feudal arguments, which is feudal. It's ancient, primitive, lizard brain bullshit. Why it's still prevalent? It's just popular to not work and take somebody else's shit. That type of ethic has no place. It doesn't even have place in jail. You know, I don't know what else to say other than, you know, we can, you know, I don't know. If you don't have ethics, and if you don't know what ethics are, then maybe you need to think about it. MIT guy, or another one. Some rich fuck. I generally don't like him, but I gave him respect. I listened to him. Some Ivy prep pretty boy. He said, find something you won't sell. Find something you won't sell. Now, don't tell anybody, because then they're going to probably try to torture you and get you to do it as a loyalty test. I'm all for vetting. You know, I'm all for extreme vetting, because you really got to know who's working for you. At the same time, I feel like you're going to put candidates in a position. I mean, even a worm will turn if you leave it there long enough. And my ideology is keeping candidates out of potential harm. We know they're going to turn. Well, of course, I mean, grilling is always great. You gotta sear that meat. But some of them, I think they're gonna turn and it's gonna kind of sour the egg. I don't know if that makes any sense. And I'm also a bondage guy. Not in a sadomasochistic way, but when you're in, you're in. And you're not leaving without penalties. You know, I'm talking like Big Lebowski, bowling alley scene. You know, gun to your fucking head. I said, you're not leaving. You're leaving in a body bag? You're not even leaving in a body bag. We're putting you in the goddamn trash compactor. You're not fucking leaving till the job's done. You're not leaving this factory floor. And you should have fucking thought about it before you signed up here. And it's one of these tougher ones that I don't want to get corrupt with the deal. Is you sign on for 6 months, you do your job, you get out the fucking door. But you got to watch out. A lot of these places, you get in and you disappear. So if that's what you're wanting to do, you better be prepared to leave it all behind. By the way, still not trying to put my finger there, but you got to go in and check out some of those videos that I left in there. I don't know if you can see them, but I did some pretty in-depth lectures on this. And all right, we're going to go for about 5 more minutes. We're trying to do something other than booze tube. I am sick and tired of drinking. We're almost up past 150 beers. And